Hey everybody, it's Brooke with The Buttered Home and welcome to my messy kitchen. Welcome to the dark days of December. We were talking about last night about how the days would just get shorter and shorter and shorter till about the 21st, 22nd, until I believe that's winter solstice, I believe. Anyway, but I noticed yesterday that it was almost dark at 4:30 and it's really dark here. So I was trying to hurry and get my recipe done and shot and all this good stuff while I had daylight. And I looked at my watch and it was like 3:43. So I panicked just a little bit. So that's why we're running a little late. Millie is whining. So if Big D is watching this, maybe he could come get her. Nonetheless, we're going to ignore her. Today's tip is a good, practical, easy tip. If you're like me and so many other people that I know, you might be limited on space or your countertops may not be equipped to handle like hot foods, or you just want to have a little fun. This is something that you can get your kids or your grandkids involved in. And we do this every year for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And all you need is freezer paper, tape, and a Sharpie. Now, I say this about all of my tips. If you know this, that's wonderful already. But have you told anybody about it? Have you shared this tip? So we come live from October till December 31st to show you some practical kitchen tips and cooking tips and all of those things. And a lot of people do these types of things already, but not everybody's great about sharing them. So this is your opportunity to do that. On Facebook, down at the bottom of the video, there's a little swoopy arrow. And during the video at any time, you can hit that and share this video to your timeline, and that's an easy way that we help you share this valuable tip information. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, you got lots of share options. You can take that YouTube and share it to your social media as you see fit. We appreciate any and all sprinkles or shares that you're willing to give us. But today's tip, and I'm going to swap overhead, what we do is we take this freezer paper, or you can get some inexpensive craft paper and do the very same thing. And I've done it on my cutting board here just so that you can see it. The reason why we like covering our counters with freezer paper is that freezer paper has this almost wet-proof side. Now, does it stop moisture completely? No. But does it help? It does provide some sort of barrier. So we put that slick side down on our counters and we just tape the freezer paper down. That helps protect your countertops. It also makes for an easy mess cleanup, because if you have just a ton of people coming over to eat, most times somebody's going to spill something on your counter or whatever, and if you're there all day, then some foods can adhere to the counter and are a little difficult to remove. So having this barrier here in the form of freezer paper or like double-sided craft paper is a great idea, and we just use either masking tape or regular tape and we tape it down over here on the sides. Now, another thing that's fun that you could get your kids or grandkids involved is once you put the food out, you can label all of the food, just like we did right here with a Sharpie or with a magic marker or a crayon or whatever you want. You can also do this on your eating table, and this is a cute way to, if you wanted to have assigned seating, you could do the very same thing. So for very inexpensive things, you can use freezer paper or you can use that double-sided craft paper. They're not really expensive and they save you a lot of time and a lot of worry, because whenever you're done, all you have to do is take it away and toss it. And then your counter is nice and clean. Now, this paper does not form a good barrier for heat, so you still may have to use some trivets and towels and things like that to kind of protect your surfaces. So it's not a great heat protectant, but it does cause an extra layer of barrier in there, maybe between the hot pan, the trivet, and your countertop. So always, if you're putting hot things on your countertops, no matter what your countertop is made of, always use a trivet or a towel. And you know, sometimes you can just fold that towel up just like that and then just set it on there. Always want to do whatever you can in your kitchen to help protect your work surface, because it does matter. Our kitchens have to last, and our kitchens have to be tough, right? So, especially if you cook in my messy kitchen, any kitchen that I have, it has to be tough. We have probably 2 more tips after today until our tip of the week takes a rest. We always have such a good time doing this. We might carry it into the first of the year, since we were a little late getting started this year, and give you some fun new year, new me tips type things going on. But we'll think about that in the coming days. We've been very fortunate this year. This is always the time of year that I look back and kind of reflect on the year that we've had. It's real easy to kind of get down this time of year, especially if you've had a rough year. I think most everybody has. I know losing Mama was probably one of the hardest things that has ever happened to my family. And then there's just no getting over that. But if I sit and I really think about the time that I had with her prior to her leaving us, she came and spent the afternoon with me over here probably 2 weeks before she passed. We had a really good afternoon. It was just, if I think back now, it was almost surreal that she was just here, and we just enjoyed being out here together. And all of this, me and Big D building this year, has meant so much to her and my dad both, and they've come by and helped when they could, and given us good attaboys and things like that. And it's just been really meaningful to me over this last year and a half to have their support, and then to have her here, that I did get to have her here in my messy kitchen studio with me, is a blessing. And then of course we have the continued blessing of grandchildren. Whit is always a ton of fun. He stayed with us last night and we had a ball as always. I probably should apologize publicly to his parents today, because they're having to contend with the aftermath of staying with Big D and BB. But nonetheless, that's what, the luxury of being a grandparent is. Also, we had Lila, and she is such a little happy blessing. She just fills my heart with so much joy. Reagan, she has just done so much this year. She's all in love with just a precious, precious, precious John. He just means the world to all of us, and we just are so appreciative that he loves her as good as he does. And we hope that that just continues to be a wonderful, loving relationship from both of them as well. So our lives, while they've been difficult this year, if I really sit and reflect, they've been full of blessings and full of wonderful things, and full of things that even made my mother so happy, and that she got to be here and experience that for the time that she did. So if you struggle with the holidays like I do, there's always something to be thankful for. As my great-grandmother used to tell my daddy, we should all just be proud. Just be proud. That's probably the simplest, most effective advice that you can get. And if we sit and focus on just being proud, we can always find something to be thankful for, can't we? I hope that this week tends to be busy for a lot of people. I hope that you'll sit down and take a breath and just enjoy the true meaning of the season. I hope that you've enjoyed all of our tips this year, and we're not finished. Also, if we're done with our 12 days of cookies, but that we have the whole recap live over on our site. When I'm done, I'll drop a link to that in the comments, so that if you want to see all 60 plus recipes, you can at this point. Always have a lot of fun doing that one this time of year, because, what else spreads the joy of the season better than cookies? Nonetheless, I'm going to go and finish cleaning up for my afternoon of cooking. I've got some delicious stuff to share with all the men folks in my family, and I'm going to be making some deliveries here soon and sharing some good old comfort food. We look forward to a wonderful year with all of you in 2025 and beyond. So from all of us here at the Buttered Home to Your Home.